We will now call to order our City Council evening community meeting for this evening. And Madam Clerk, if you can please call the roll.
Sure. Councilmember Scott Benson. Councilmember Fred Durhal III.
Present.
Councilmember Letitia Johnson. Councilmember Gabriela Santiago Romero. Councilmember Mary Waters.
Present.
Councilmember Angela Whitfield-Calloway.
Present.
Councilmember Coleman Young II.
Here.
Council President Pro Tem James Tate. Council President Mary Sheffield.
Present.
Madam President, you have a quorum.
All right, thank you. There being a quorum present, we are in session, and we're going to have our invocation from Miss Brenda Simmons. Is she with us? Miss Brenda Simmons. All right.
Praise the Lord, everyone. We are honored to be here on today. We are thankful that we are able to meet today, and I bring you greetings from Greater Grace Temple of the Apostolic Faith, where our pastor is Bishop Charles H. Ellis III, and our beautiful First Lady. We want to welcome you on today. Let us stand for prayer. The word of the Lord says, truly this is the day that the Lord has made, and we are to rejoice and to be glad in it. So we thank the Lord for this opportunity to meet in this city council. We thank God that he has covered us and kept us. Truly, he is a merciful God, a right now God, a very present help in the time of need. He is a promise keeper, and he promised that he will never, ever leave us and never forsake us. So we thank him that we were able to get up this morning, dress ourselves, pray, dress ourselves, feed ourselves, take ourselves on today, even to this very moment and this very hour. So we thank the Lord that he has comforted us, kept us. We believe and trust that this meeting will be a blessing and that all of us will come together as one. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Minister Simmons, for that invocation, and to Greater Grace for allowing us to host our evening council meeting here this evening. We appreciate you in all the work that this congregation does on behalf of the city of Detroit. We're going to now move to our recognition of department representatives and city council staff. Do we have any city departments that are with us today? Oh, good evening, Member Benson. If the clerk would note, Member Benson has joined us.
Clerk will so note, Madam President.
All right, and we can move now to recognition of city departments.
Moving down all the regular departments as the board will view. Washington Mayor's Office. Department of General Services. William Barnes, Detroit Land and Authority. Marcellus Kibbe, Detroit Police Department. Rudy Harper, Construction and Demolition Department. Nick Payne, Construction and Demolition Department.
All right. Mr. Washington? All right, thank you. All right, we'll now move to recognition of city council staff, and we will start with Councilmember Calloway's district. Just want to wave your hands. All right. Councilmember Benson, his staff. Councilmember Johnson's staff. President Sheffield's staff. Councilmember Santiago Romero's staff. Councilmember Durhal staff. Councilmember at Large Young staff. And Councilmember at Large Member Waters staff. All right, if we can give all of the staff a round of applause. And of course, we have you guys Pearson. Yep. And we are in Council President Pro Tem's district, so we will turn it over to our President Pro Tem for his presentation.
Thank you so much, Madam President, and good evening, everyone. Thank you for braving the storm. I know that is definitely impacting our attendance here today. Matter of fact, I got a text and 2 calls from folks that said that I was going to come, but I think I'm going to stay home today. But nonetheless, we're going to make sure that this meeting is beneficial for those of you who did brave this stormy weather. Before I go forward, I'd like to introduce my team. Will the team please stand? Members of the team, and we have Miss Ashley Michelle, we have Mr. Brandon Whitfield, we have Miss Karen Williams, we have Miss Somaya Ahmed, we have Jai Singletary and Lynn McNeil. Not here at this moment, on her way is Chief of Staff Keontae Humphreys. Those are the folks, and I say it all the time, my face is the one that you see, but they're the ones who do the work. So if you like what is done in District 1, give them a round of applause. And if you don't like what's happening in District 1, it's their fault too. I told you I'm just a face. No, I'm just kidding. But no, they do a great job. Love them to life. There's no way that we could do what we do without their assistance. So again, team, thank you so much for all of your work and your dedication. We don't have a video about what we do. We're going to be rolling it out later on. But today we wanted to take the time to honor and show appreciation for a very, very important individual in our community. She just walked in. I think I saw her, Ms. Tyra Moore. Some of you may have heard that name before. Some of you have not. If you have not, you are in for a major treat. Before we go forward, I want to allow the video. We can roll the video, please. And give you just a little bit of information about Ms. Tyra Moore. She is the founder of A Girl Like Me. It's a Detroit-based. Here, you can turn the audio down. They even got their own theme song. Look at that. All right, thank you. So Tyra Moore is the founder of A Girl Like Me, a Detroit-based nonprofit that provides education, resources, support, mentoring, and basic needs necessary to help young girls and moms make educated decisions about their reproductive health and their futures. By providing numerous resources and valuable mentorship, the organization helps provide girls, teens, and teen moms with new possibilities. As a former teen mom herself who had a number of challenges she was to navigate and overcome, it was important for her to create a space within the community that became a safe space for other moms to connect and learn from and encourage each other. The overall mission of A Girl Like Me is to educate and encourage women, girls between the ages of 11 and 25 to learn how to establish better life choices for their lives and their children's lives as well. Some of those services that A Girl Like Me provides, mentoring, and you'll see her every week, every other week, having free clothing drives and giving away a number of free baby items as well. Also provides parenting skills and personal development and goal setting, along with providing personal hygiene. I mean, she does it all. Journal writing, you name it, she does it and does it on behalf of the community. I appreciate the fact she's a D1 resident and she had her organization out in Southfield, but recently moved back her organization into the district, into the city of Detroit. So appreciate that as well. That's right. So I'm gonna bring her up. I know you've been waiting for her to come up, but we're gonna bring her up, but we're gonna first show a video because she just got her associate's degree last month. So that's another round of applause. And as a former teen mother at the age of 15, now receiving her associate's degree, it definitely shows that it's possible. All right, story's coming. You can keep going, but you can turn the volume down.
So excited to talk about this. A local woman using her experience as a teen mother to help others, so she's paying it forward. She started a nonprofit to give young women the support that they need. Tyra Moore joins us now in studio to talk about a special event that's happening this weekend. Great to have you on.
Nice to be here.
I am assuming that you're graduating.
Yes, I actually graduated on Saturday on the 6th, and I have my Associates of Arts, and I'm a surgical tech now.
You go, girl.
Yes,
Congratulations.
thank you.
All right, let's talk a little bit about your organization. Tell us about it.
Okay, so I started the organization because I was a 14-year-old teen mom. No one knew. My mom found out on a Tuesday. I gave birth the next day, we go to Friday. And because of the huge response from my family, friends, and the community, I decided one day I wanted to pay it forward. And for the last almost 4 years, I've been giving out free diapers, wipes, swimming products. I run a mentoring program for girls and teens to prevent pregnancy. And I just love what I do to help others.
So as you see, She's done a number of things in the community, and she's been awarded numerous accolades, most recently in 2022, the Best Community Nonprofit in 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm City of Detroit District 1 welcome to none other than Ms. Tyra Moore.
Hey, come on. Hey.
Found now, you coming up front. Yeah, you gotta come up front. Come on. Now she's been on TV and everything. Now she's gonna act shy. Don't act shy. We're gonna give her an opportunity to talk about our organization. You have 4 major events that are coming up. Wow. And I want you to kind of talk a little bit about the impact as well as how folks can support you in these 4 upcoming events.
Thank you all so much. I'm always nervous when I speak. But yes, I have an event that's actually coming up. This will be my 2nd year doing it. I didn't attend my high school prom, so what I did last year, it was just the idea and just a party for me. Since I didn't attend my high school prom because I was a teen mom, I invited 25 other moms and I threw a prom for us, for moms 17 to 100 years old to experience their prom. I'm doing it again this year, and actually the Pistons is sponsoring it, so that's great for moms to experience that. Another event I'm doing is my birthday giveaway. Every time I reach a milestone, I have a giveaway. Like when I graduated last month, I did a big giveaway. I think I did, it was 3 giveaways I did. So what I do, I collect donations from all over. People come, they drop it off to the house, or I pick it up and I just give it right back out to the community, to people that needs it. And I just love doing this work so much because I was shut out for so long. People telling me my life was over, even at home, saying I never was going to be anything. I never was going to be married. Like, I've been married for 5 years now, and like, everything people said to me and was saying, like, you know, I wasn't able to do or wasn't going to be able to do or I wasn't going to amount to anything. I have done it all. I was on the Today Show, like, I help moms, and some moms don't even need anything. They just come and want to talk. Like, the youngest mom I have dealt with was 11 years old. And it's like sometimes they be so scared to tell their family, like me. My mom actually found out the same week I gave birth. So I was I was nervous and scared to tell my mom, and I just love giving back to the community, and it's just, I don't know, it just brings me joy. And this is not even a paid position or anything. The joy that I get and the reward is making sure I help these moms, like delivering diapers, helping families with food, anything they need, they come to me, they ask, I get up in the middle of the night and I'll deliver to them. I just love giving back to the community. Yep. Oh yeah, okay, so this event is this Thursday. Edward James, Kelly, she works with that foundation, and they want to put together an event so we can raise money for our prom. There'll be stuff and purses with like feminine products. Also, you can come out and drink wine. It would be in Utica. It's called Vibes and something else. I have to look, I really can't see, but it's a wine tasting place, and you can come stuff purses with us and, you know, have a good time. And I just actually did last Saturday a prom haul, so I collect free prom dresses as well. And moms come in, they say yes to a dress, because I want their experience to be everything free. I also, at the event, I crown all the moms. And also, every Tuesday, we do childbirthing class. Now, my age limit is up to 25, but I don't turn anyone away. So if you know a mom that's pregnant and need a childbirth class, they can come on a Tuesday. They get a free pack and play, a bag filled with all types of baby items. And then on Thursdays, we have the parenting classes, which is the same way. It's for any ages. If you even want to come and just get a refresher, if you got your grandkids or anything, you can come to the parenting class, and items you may need, you can ask us. Melina, they usually provide the food for the classes, and this is to save the date for the prom. We do have our 25 moms, and I have like 4 other moms that's coming that just missed out on our opportunity on the prom. The Pistons will be sponsoring it, and we're gonna have a good time from 7 to 11. And yeah, that's all for right now, but I do an event every week if I wanted to, so, because I just love it. Yeah. And if anyone would like to like donate, volunteer, my website is agirllikemeinc.org. I do have like some flyers and things that you can call, you can text me. That's my personal number that's on the flyers because I talk to people all the time. So yeah, I'm always looking for volunteers. Thank you. A Girl Like Me, Inc. Thank you. Thank you.
We thank you so much and appreciate you for the work that you do in District 1 in the city of Detroit. Last but certainly not least, we again want to talk about some of the events that's happening in District 1. We got a major one happening this Saturday, and none other than John George from the Detroit Black Bus. If you can come on up. Y'all give it up for John George. For those of you who don't know, been working in this city for a number of years, 35 years. 35, I was about to say, I knew it was 35, right? I've been with you a number of those years. Doing a great job over in the Old Redford community. And so for some of you, you may be familiar with Sidewalk Fest. You saw that a number of years ago. We had a great time. But it doesn't exist anymore. Not at that corner. But we've got something probably even greater. It's pretty nice. So talk about it. If we can put up on the screen the flyer for the event, John George, Detroit Black Bus.
Thank you so much, Councilman Tate. Can we give Councilman Tate and this council a round of applause? They're all working hard for us on a daily basis. Yes, so this Saturday, June 17th at 10 o'clock at the Artists Village at the corner of Grand River and Losser, next to the historic Redford Theater, we will be hosting Art Fest, and it's something that we're doing in conjunction with our friends from Bargain Block. There's going to be almost 100 artists and vendors. It's free. Everyone is welcome. Bring a friend, tell a friend. And it's going to go till 5 o'clock. There'll be art, there'll be music, there'll be friends, family, poetry, just a little bit of everything. So please come down this Saturday, 10 a.m., Artist Village. Any questions? Comments or suggestions? Does anyone have a rich uncle? That's a joke. All right, everybody. God bless you, James Tate and the Detroit City Council. We love you all.
You as well.
Thank you, John George. We appreciate you. Madam President, we're going to get out the way and allow this meeting to continue. Again, thank you all for being here. District 1, we appreciate you. Love you.
All right, let's give it up for our President Pro Tem, District 1. All right, we will now move to our citizen concerns. And these are residents who called in ahead of time, so they will have 4 minutes for public comment. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Michael Cunningham will be first.
Mr. Cunningham is online, Madam President.
Okay, we can go straight to Mr. Cunningham. I'm sorry, if the clerk would know, Councilmember Johnson has joined us as well. Sorry. All right, Mr. Cunningham.
Mr. Cunningham just has to unmute his microphone. He could do so by pressing *6 on the phone.
All right, and our public comment also is cut off if I did not mention that earlier. Mr. Cunningham, good evening. All right. Mr. Cunningham? Good evening, Mr. Cunningham. Yeah, we can't hear you, Mr. Cunningham.
Madam President, we can go back to Mr. Cunningham after the rest of the residents go. The next would be Rick Jenkins, and I believe he's online as well.
All right, Rick Jenkins, you will have 4 minutes.
Hello, can you hear me?
The microphone is really low, Mr. Jenkins.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, Mr. Jenkins.
Okay, great. I won't take up too much time. First, I want to acknowledge that Brother Cunningham gave me this number so that I can make this all possible. I just have a few issues with DDOT. First being, I believe that the buses are not on time all the time. And, you know, sometimes that could put people in positions that they don't want to be in. Also, I believe that if there were more than 2 buses on the line, then, you know, the buses won't be late. I want to address an issue that I had with some of the younger guys. Some of the younger bus drivers, they're not as patient, and some of the older bus drivers, they're more rude. I'm 37. I haven't rode a bus in about 20 years, and when I rode a bus for the first time, someone gave me some bus tickets and I didn't know how to use them. And instead of teaching me and showing me how to use the bus card, he tried to belittle me and embarrass me, you know, in front of the whole, you know, bus. And I felt like that wasn't right. You know, someone had to, you know, come up and show me how to use the bus tickets. And I just felt like, you know, that shouldn't have been taken as far as it been taken. Also, some of the bus drivers, they're really, really, really rude to some of like the homeless or less fortunate people that, you know, get on the bus. I don't know if that really matters, but I feel like each person should, you know, not be so rude, you know, to people that don't have as much, you know, and that's really about it, for real. That's about it. Oh, and some of the buses just be entirely too dirty.
Okay. All right, we appreciate you calling in, and anytime you have any specific information regarding a particular bus route or a bus driver that has caused any issues or problems, please make sure that you report that to us so that we can get it over to the DDOT department so that they can look into it. And then also encourage you, as I know Cunningham is encouraging everyone to attend the monthly DDOT community engagement meetings as well too, to make sure that the directors and the leadership of DDOT are hearing all of the issues and complaints that residents may have. But we appreciate you calling in, Mr. Jenkins, and we're going to go back now to Mr. Cunningham.
I've just allowed Mr. Cunningham to.
Madam President, City Council, greetings, much respect and love. Even I can feel the respect and love no matter if a person agrees with you 100% or not. And I really appreciate, I've been watching council for a long time, been very active, and council president really is, she really is a believer, you know, the way she treats the constituents. I can recall back when Council President Pugh, he would give us 1 minute or talk about the people that are in the audience, or he just had an air of just meanness sometimes that you could see. Like I said, I've been an advocate for a long, long time, and I think she's a wonderful, wonderful person and a great council president. She bought hand warmers for the outreach that I do, the hand warmers and the bus tickets. She didn't have to do that, but she's seen me reaching people across the city, and she vicariously reached out to the people and gave them some hand warmers. I thank you. I thank you for Councilwoman Gabriela Santiago Romero, how good she is with the constituents, how she's concerned truly about the betterment of Detroit Department of Transportation. And I appreciate that. I appreciate Councilwoman Johnson. She's the best. And the woman who chose to give me the Spirit of Detroit Award. Out of all those 10 plus years or more I've been advocating and doing whatever I do, she had the courage to do so. And she had a great success today in the ordinance passing, the Honorable Councilwoman Calloway. So this week, hopefully, everyone under the sound of my voice can go to Facebook and go to Detroit Department of Transportation. There is a DDOT meeting this Thursday at 5 p.m. And when there's new voices, they listen. When they get regular voices like myself, well, they listen, but not as much as a new voice, a new face coming to the meeting. And I want to thank for the consistency lately of Councilman Durhal sending Mr. Springs, which is appreciated, to the input meeting, sir. On Facebook, it's Forced Subservience Cunningham. On Facebook, Forced Subservience Cunningham. And the hotline number 313-444-9114, 313-444-9114. So I am embarking and trying and praying and saving and everything to get a handicap accessible van for me and my mom. If anybody has a GoFundMe, an idea, or anything, I'm doing the best that I can do, being a low-income disabled person with a supplement to income doing the taxi cab. I'm doing the best that I can do, and your prayers are appreciated, but I'm asking for the city of Detroit, which I love, to be creative and send me a text. You text me about everything else. So you can text me about you guys getting on the coaches, riding the buses at 6 p.m. weekly and on the weekends. Thank you so much for the time. And everybody in that room, you brave the weather. Traveling mercies, traveling mercies.
Great. Thank you so much for the kind words, Mr. Cunningham. You guys want to cut it? Okay, perfect. And member Santiago, if the clerk would note, member Santiago Ramiro has joined us as well.
Clerk will so note, Madam President.
All right, we will now go back to our general public comment. Everyone will have 2 minutes. James Ford, good evening.
Good evening. It's all about the babies, and I know you've heard this before. I'm James Ford from the Obama Weekend, and I'm talking to everybody in this room, and I hope everybody in this room is listening to me. Every culture, every group of people protect their babies. In Detroit, we must protect our babies too. As I've told you before, and it's real talk, this red light running and drag racing is out of hand. We must stop it now. If you don't stop it, listen to me good. If you don't stop it, it's going to be what you call an irreversible evil. You will not be able to stop it. You're going to have to do something, because the people that are new people that are learning to drive and getting their license, they will think that it's the thing to do. You're going to have to stop it now. The people that's moving into the city, they will think it's the thing to do. You must stop it now, because as I said before, it'll be a reversible evil. Council, police commissioners, mayor, keep pushing those pens. Keep pushing those pencils. Keep writing letters, because we will get behind you. I know some people that will stand up with you. I know quite a few people in this city. We will stand behind you. We will go to Lansing. We'll go everywhere we want to go. As I said before, and I will end it. And every time you see me walking down the street, I will tell you this. It's all about the babies. And if it's not about the babies, who is it about? Is it about you? Let's start protecting these babies. In half of these cars that's driving down the street, there's children under 11, children under 12. And even we must protect our older people that's crossing and walking the streets. City Council, we're behind you. Keep doing what you're doing. I can get a whole bunch of people, and I know a whole bunch of people, and we all gonna stand behind our children. Everybody protects their babies, and in Detroit, we'll do it also. God bless everybody, and thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Ford. And if you have any ideas for us as a council to support you, please let us know, sir. And if there are specific areas with the drag racing as well, we will definitely make sure we connect you with our MPOs to make sure that they are aware of that as well, too. Okay, and we appreciate you for coming down in person. You as well. Michelle George.
Good afternoon. Congratulations, Tyra Moore. Keep up the excellent work. So proud of you. Okay, thank you. Okay. That's good. Thank you so much. To Madam President, to Pro Tem and his honorable board, first of all, I want to thank you all for the cell towers, Councilmember Waters, for the resolution. We're also fighting that because we know those cell towers that are on those schools, we're seeing young people with thyroid cancer. And when children get exposed to radiation, they tend to run the risk of thyroid cancer. So we are fighting that. Also, I want to bring up about the water pollution. I read the article. Thank you, Councilmember Waters. We also will be backing you up with the governor about that license, because when you throw raw sewage into a river, the atmosphere releases aerosol droplets. So we will be fighting for you. I got some nurses behind me, and we're gonna make that happen. Also, I was in Lansing a few weeks ago. We're not happy about the state charging all these fees. I know my church going for a picnic. I'm not going. I'm boycotting. But charging all these fees for Belle Isle. That's something we're fighting against. DTE is putting cars on our door threatening us if we don't get this gas construction that we have to. They'll shut our gas off, but I wrote 4 agencies, the MPSC did all of the complaints, so they are reaching out to me about that. Also, Councilman Tate, I just want to say into this honorable board what Mr. Ford just stated, and what I see what's happening as they come through our emergency rooms. This cannabis-induced psychosis is killing our community. So I'm going to say this, what Dick Gregory sent out a warning to young African Americans. It's not going to be cocaine. It's not going to be heroin that kills you and wipe you out. It's going to be the legalization of marijuana. We're seeing the devastation, as Mr. Ford says, of these drugs. I'm working for getting people out of prison for the weed. But this weed that some of you all are supporting, you don't see it in the ED. They're killing our people. That's my comment.
All right, thank you, Ms. George. Yes, Pro Tem.
I just want to make it clear that for the record, the voters of Michigan voted to allow recreational marijuana in the state. This was not something that was imposed by this body. Just want to make it very clear. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I do not have a card. Oh, Commissioner McCormick, how are you? Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Wayne County Commissioner Monique Baker McCormick. I just wanted to welcome you to my district, District 6, and thank you so much for having and convening your meeting. If there's anything I can ever do to help you guys, please feel free to let me know. Thank you. And you know we're fighting the war on trash in District 6. We want a clean, green community, and we're doing the work in the district to ensure that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Commissioner.
Yes.
All right. All right, we're going to turn to our virtual callers now.
Madam President, we have one caller online who would like to go in person instead, so Mr. Foster. And
Mr. Foster, okay. Mr. Foster, if you want to come on up.
Good evening. I appreciate the time here. Glad that you guys come out to the community for your community meetings. It's valuable and important. We always value your presence in the community. I am here to support our city council, to let our community know what they do behind the scenes and on the scenes for equality across the board for our community through a number of ordinances and resolutions that they put through. I think this is one of the better bodies of city council that we've had in a long time. We have a blue governor, a blue House, and a blue Senate. It's time for us as a community to come together and talk to each other as neighbors and address our issues and try to find collective ways to resolve our issues, and then come up here collectively as a community and try to get resolutions. So I encourage all of us to learn to be neighborly, talk to each other first, find common problems, and then we could come together and get common solutions. Once again, the one person in our city government that isn't here, that you don't see in the communities, is the executive officer, okay? He holds the majority of the power in the city government. And so this body here gets a lot of our backlash inappropriately when it should be on the 11th floor. So as a community, if we like, we can all stand up and go down on the 11th floor and voice our same opinions and concerns and grievances and see how that turns out for us. And so until then, let's respect, uplift, and support our city council here Let's work together as neighbors, as communities, learn love, and bring our city back together. And I thank you all for listening.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Foster. Standing ovation. That's right.
The first online caller is Stephen Haring.
Yes. All right, Mr. Hari.
Can I be heard?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so after several months, it appears that DDOT drivers continue to receive a wage of only $15 an hour, and that's starting, which is significantly lower than what drivers in most cities earn. Ann Arbor drivers earn a minimum of $28 an hour, and they're at complete capacity, and we're 150 drivers short. I mean, the ongoing issue, I mean, just, it raises question about the fair compensation and the overall treatment of the drivers. You know, I know a guy earlier today in the meeting said that the drivers are real rude. Well, probably the reason why they're real rude is because they're getting so underpaid. I mean, it's essential that we finally recognize the importance of public transit and the vital role the DDOT drivers play in serving the communities. I mean, they're responsible for transporting 20% of the city safely and effectively, navigating through traffic and maintaining high levels of professionalism. I mean, it's only fair that DDOT drivers receive appropriate compensation for their hard work. How much time do I have left? I yield the rest of my time.
The next caller is Black Jesus Jr.
Good evening.
To everybody within earshot, as y'all sit in the house of David, I recall the days when me and David Ellis, Bishop Ellis, sat on on 7 Mile and Sheffield at the Greater Grace Temple. You know, I put that wall that's up behind his pulpit, I put that up there. And we had debates and talked about everything. This was his dream where y'all sit there right now. Now, what we got going on here is a Jeffrey S. Aronoff, big gun for Miller Canfield, bond counsel for the city of Detroit, come forth and say revenue bonds require notice, as well as refunding and restructuring bonds require public hearing, which requires a notice to public hearing. Mary Sheffield, you've been lying to the people. And your cohort, James E. Tate, knows it, that there were no public notices issued regarding that 2014 $311 million limited tax obligation bond, nor was there any notice given about the 2018 refund and restructuring bonds, Joker. Now you in District 2, look at his face, y'all. He know I'm telling the truth. Just as well as Angela Whitfield here over there. They're sitting here, look at her face. I'm not lying. James Tate, I challenge you, publicly challenge you in front of your people, in front of this whole city council to produce the bad information that you say I've been giving out, misleading of the public. I've done nothing of the sort. And on my friend, Bishop David Ellis, I say I'm telling the truth. He knew me to be an upstanding, stand-up 100 man. That's why we were so cool. That was an honorable man. James Tate, you not that. Mary Sheffield, you lying. You lying to the people, and Angela Whitfield-Calloway, you are too, by not doing it.
The last caller is Marguerite Maddox and Scarlett.
All right. Good evening, Ms. Maddox.
Good evening.
Good evening.
am wondering, did you guys get an email from Lisa Franklin concerning what happened to me at KFC? And number two, this morning, I was very upset because of what happened on 7 Mile, West 7 Mile, last Saturday. They happened to a power user that got the van smashed in due to someone doing a donut and we need to figure out a way to stop these people from doing the donut before they kill somebody else. Thank you. I'm done.
She said something about 7 Mile. She was upset about something that happened on 7 Mile. All right, thank you so much, Ms. Maddox. All right, that is actually the end of our public comment. So we will conclude public comment at this time. Is there any additional remarks from Council President Pro Tem Tate over here in your district? Any closing remarks?
No, just want to thank everyone again for coming out and braving the stormy weather, and be safe and be well going home. God
All right.
bless. Thank you all.
All right, everyone have a blessed and safe way back driving home. Thank you all for coming out. And this will now conclude our evening council meeting. This meeting now will stand adjourned.